Things are so crazy. It just says upcoming. Why does it say upcoming? Because I'm live. Hello. So we are currently cooking an ice cream sandwich outside. There we go. Currently making not an ice cream sandwich. That would be really, really weird. Currently baking a potato in my car. The interior temperature of my car right now is 257 degrees. That's without adding anything to the cooking environment, I guess. But I'm also cooking one out on my patio to see which one bakes first. We'll see. There a while ago, there was a guy here in Arizona that was cooking all sorts of things in his car, which I think was really fun. Not copying him by any means, but we're gonna see what we can do on my side of the world, right? So we're baking a potato right now. My husband he's like, I don't think we want to bake a lot of things in the car because then the car just smells like food. Which, I mean, there are worse things that the car could smell like. I'm just saying. There's worse things it could smell like. So, anyway, we'll see what he says. But we are baking a potato. It's been in the car since 9 a.m. Excuse me, 9 a.m. this morning when it was 96 degrees. And now it is 111 degrees and it is 4:05. So we're going to leave it there for like another hour or so and then we'll go pull it. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at. But that's what we're doing. That is, yeah. So, life after teaching, a cautionary tale. You end up doing things like waking up your sourdough starter and baking potatoes in your car. That is what you end up doing. So just be aware that if you were to ever be a teacher and then leave teaching, you end up trying to find ways to fill your time that are probably not advisable. But I'm having fun, and I think that's all that matters right now. Okay, so I am a teacher. This is Life After Teaching. Q&A with me. There's a lot going on. There are a lot of things going on. It's kind of interesting to me, actually, the things that, I don't know. So once you no longer have a day job, people tend to think that you're available for literally anything. And so I did actually spend my day running errands for people in my church, which is fine. I had no problem with that. I actually also started listening to a new book on Audible called The Huntress, which is a World War II novel, which was kind of cool, a historical fiction novel. It's like on 3 different timelines, and the 3 timelines are following like the same person, but you don't know it's the same person. Or at least I think it's the same person. I'm only in chapter like 12 right now, but that's how long I was driving around today, is that I'm actually in chapter 12 of a book that I started today. So for what it's worth, right? Leaving teaching, a cautionary tale. I don't know. Let's see. What am I playing with here? Ooh. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it is very hot weather. My nephew Trey commented. I didn't see that comment. Why did I not see that comment? So weird. I'm supposed to be able to see all of the comments here. Can I go into studio mode? Will that work? Do I get to see everything? Anyway, yeah, it's really, really hot, and that's okay. We don't mind it. It's just, that's why we have air conditioning. But 112 degrees currently, right now. And then inside the car, I tested it, and it was 256 degrees inside the car, which is how a lot of people end up passing away, unfortunately, in cars around here. People forget their kids, which I've never understood, but, people forget literal human beings or animals in cars. And there's actually like news reminders and commercials and things here that play that are like, make sure that you check the backseat of your car before you go into any building or anything like that. It does get very hot very fast. So, yeah. Michael, how are you? Oh, see, now it's showing up. Now I'm seeing the chat. There we go. Good. Okay, so we're live both on YouTube and on TikTok. I wanted to go live on Facebook too, but my software won't connect. So we're just live on those two platforms. We'll probably go live on other platforms too. We'll just, you know, whatever. Which Michael is that? Is this... I'm trying to see who you are. I'm sorry. Okay. For a minute there, I thought you might be my son-in-law. You are not my son-in-law. He has a different screen name, so I was confused because it doesn't go by... He doesn't go by his actual name. But your picture's so small, it looked like you could have been him. But you're not. I apologize. You guys, I need an eye drop. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'm still here. TikTok, don't get mad at me for walking out of frame. I hate it when it does that. All right, I just needed some eye drops. We are baking a potato in the car. That is what we are doing. I think even I was kind of surprised at the temperature that the interior of the car is. I mean, I knew it was well over 100 degrees. I didn't know it was well over 200 degrees. So the interior of my car temperature is currently sitting at 257 degrees. Now, granted, I do have a black interior. So, I mean, that does make it a little bit more. But we have a potato baking on the dashboard of the car, and then we have another potato baking on our basketball court outside. And then there's like a control potato that's just sitting on the countertop outside in the outdoor kitchen area. So not in the sun, it's kind of in the shade. And as kind of expected, that potato is just ambient temperature, so I think it's only 108. But the one that's sitting in the sun on the basketball court is currently sitting at 117, I think it is. And then the one in the car was at 156. We need to get to 200 degrees to be baked all the way through. And we're going to give it another hour, and we'll go check on it. And then, you know, expect that video full-length form here on YouTube and then short form on TikTok. But, yeah, crazy. What is going on? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to overlap them. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Do I want it in studio mode or edit? I don't even know. Okay, so life after teaching. It's been weird. It's been very weird. This has been... I don't know. It's weird not to be in the classroom, but it's also very relieving not to be in the classroom. Like I said, I have spent a lot of time today running errands and doing service for some people, which I absolutely love doing. I haven't been able to do that in a long time, just because teaching takes so much out of you. And then during the summer, you're just trying to catch up on the whole not being a teacher thing. So, yeah. Can you not hear me, Matt? I don't know why. I've been talking to other people. It's a little quiet in here. We don't have a lot of people here, but that's okay. 7 new messages. Oh, yeah, it is quiet when there are no students. You know, I've been in a classroom in some capacity for the last 10 years. And it's weird not to be in the classroom. So I don't know. Lindsay, I don't see any messages from you. What platform did you send it on? I've had people asking me questions in regards to my eye doctor and what eye doctor I go to. Obviously, y'all, I'm not going to be giving you the name of my personal physician. There's 500,000 people across all of my platforms. I'm not going to be telling everybody who my personal physician is. So that just feels weird. And I didn't ever think that I would be in a position where I would be like, I've really got to be careful about who I give that type of information to, but it's kind of surreal. I'm looking in TikTok and I don't see it. I'll go to my messages in Facebook. I get so many messages that if you're not actually one of my friends on Facebook, I won't see it. Uh, yeah, so like if you're not somebody that I know for sure, I won't see it. What are some of my favorite Disney movies? So my favorite. Okay, you just opened a can of worms. My favorite animated princess movie is Beauty and the Beast because Belle is nerdy and bookish like me. So Belle is my princess. My favorite Disney animated, just general story is Alice in Wonderland because again, Alice is nerdy and bookish like me. I would say live action, we're going to go with the Pirates of the Caribbean series because Johnny Depp, duh. But my son and I actually grew up with Johnny Depp. Like, I grew up with him, my son and I watching all of the Pirates movies together. And then my son actually ended up joining the Navy for a period of time. So, like, it's just kind of a natural progression. And then, let's see, live action, animated feature film. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Those are my favorites. Those are my favorite Disney movies. Yeah, Lindsay, I'm not seeing anything from you. So again, if you've sent it on Facebook, I probably don't see it just because I don't see messages from people that I am not actually friends with. So if you have a message, it would be best to send it on TikTok. Otherwise, I won't see it. Mary Poppins is kind of, see, I don't consider that a live action because it's hybrid because it's partially animated. So, I mean, I would say that, yeah, if you're looking for a partially animated film, that would be probably up there with my favorite too. But that's just me being really persnickety about different types of categories of movies. Mary Poppins is actually, it's got a really cool historical like background to it when they were making it. P.L. Travers hated the movie. If you've ever seen the movie, oh shoot, what is the movie? Tom Hanks plays Walt Disney. It's about Saving Mr. Banks. If you've ever seen Saving Mr. Banks, yes, there it is. The story is so really, really cool to follow, but P.L. Travers hated it. She hated the animation. She thought that the dancing penguins was too amateurish, hated the music, wanted to get the brothers that were writing all the music fired, hated the song Feed the Birds, like all of it. She hated it all. But then it ended up being this amazing thing. Yeah, Lindsay, please send me a message on TikTok. Like I said, I don't see it on Facebook, so send me a message on TikTok and I will look for it there. As far as advice, me leaving teaching came down to a lot of things. One of them was, of course, physical and emotional burnout. I have to be honest that my physical and emotional burnout did not come from the students, from the classrooms, or even the curriculum that I was teaching. It did come from it stemmed from other systemic issues. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you have supportive district and supportive administration, people that you can go to, that you can talk to about what your frustrations are, please start there. Ultimately, for me, I had to make a choice to step away for a minimum of a year, and it's been very, very good for me to do that. But I don't want to step away from teaching entirely, which is why I'm still going to be teaching at the community college. So if you have somebody that is supportive that you can go to within your district or within your school, please do that first. But ultimately, you have to make sure that you're taking care of your own mental health. Pollyanna or The Happiest Millionaire, both of those are very good. Pollyanna, I grew up on, and that Swiss Family Robinson and all those. In fact, my husband and I had so much fun in Walt Disney World. He hadn't been to Walt Disney World. They had the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse there, and they have one in Disneyland as well, but we went to Disney World together. And yeah, the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse was so much fun to go through, and just kind of like seeing my husband reliving his childhood boyhood dreams when it came to Swiss Family Robinson. So that was kind of cool. No, P.L. Travers did not want Disney to have the rights to Mary Poppins. Not at all. But he eventually they did get it. And she did eventually give her consent, but Mary Poppins was the only movie that was allowed to be made. P.L. Travers wrote a whole bunch of books that had to do with Mary Poppins, and the one movie is the only one that was made. I do remember that, the UK versions, and actually for my daughter's birthday and Christmas, I was going to get her those, but she's now serving a mission for our church. So maybe I'll just start buying them a little bit by little bit and then have them for her when she gets home. Thank you. When I was a high school teacher, I had a high school Disney club, and all of those years either came from the parks or were given to me by students or were custom made for me. Yeah, the UK versions are just slightly different, just like with Disney movies. So if you think about the movie Inside Out, this is like the best way that I can explain it. So the movie Inside Out, there's a scene where Riley and her parents go out for pizza, and then her parents put like broccoli on the pizza or something like that. And she's like, her nose turns up at it, and she goes like the grossest thing ever, right? In the Chinese version of the film, I think it's not broccoli, it's green peppers, because culturally it just made more sense for it to be green peppers than broccoli. So just like with the books, there's like different cultural nuances in the UK version of the books because it was written in the UK that like American audiences wouldn't understand. So they've changed them ever so slightly just to fit into both. I I had really good relationships with my students. I did. Um, that was the hardest part about leaving the classroom, is leaving my students. Um, yeah, sorry, that's hard. I do, yeah. I stepped away from the classroom for a minimum of a year, just for health reasons, personal and mental and physical. My daughter is doing very well on her mission. Thank you. She is able to call home on Tuesdays. If you aren't sure, or if you're not comfortable, or if you're not aware, not comfortable, but not aware of Latter-day Saint missions and how they work, she serves for a period of 18 months. And during that 18 months, I can't like go to where she is. I can't see her. She doesn't come home during any of that time. And she just kind of stays in her mission and does the work that she's doing so that she can be focused on teaching and service. So I don't get to see her. However, once a week, they have what's called preparation day, and she is able to call home on that preparation day. So I'm able to speak to her once a week, which her preparation day is Tuesdays. So I get to talk to her quite a bit. I appreciate that you say I don't look old enough to retire. I am nearly 50. But yeah, I wasn't old enough to retire, I guess. I just needed to step away for health reasons. We'll just leave it at that for right now. Eventually, I will tell the whole story. I will go into the details of why I left and what it was that caused me to need to leave. But right now, I feel like in an effort to just, I don't know. We're just going to leave it that way for now. Did she go to the MTCs for 2 weeks in Provo? She did, actually. She did missionary training center, or missionary training at home, missionary training center here at home, for 2 weeks. And then she went to the missionary training center in Provo. It's an English speaking mission. So she went to Provo for 2 weeks and then she went out to her area in California. I have not seen the video of the man sleeping, but someone pours Dr. Pepper into his mouth. I may have to look that up. That sounds hilarious. Hamza, I appreciate you saying that. One thing, Sarah, one thing about being somebody who is on social media, and I'm not somebody that's like super famous or popular on here, but over all of the platforms, I do have, it's almost 300,000 people who subscribe over all of the platforms now. There's a lot of people who really feel like they are entitled to information about your life. And so being kind of vague about the actual reasons why I left the classroom has made a couple of people kind of angry. So I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, LDS missions are really cool. My husband served 2 years in Bolivia back in the 90s. I did not serve a proselyting mission. I did not go out and teach for 18 months. I did do what's called a service mission. I was a photographer for the church for 3 years. And a lot of my photography ended up in church publications on the church website. You can still see some of my photos on the church website and in church publications. It's kind of cool. But that was the mission I served, was a service mission to provide photography for the church. But my husband served a proselyting mission in Cochabamba, Bolivia, and then later Santa Cruz. He spoke Spanish and Quechua. He still speaks Spanish. He's lost the Quechua, though. He could probably pick it up if he needed to, I guess. On TikTok, this video is lengthwise, right? It's not like, anyway, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to do it in 2 different platforms, but my husband did enjoy his mission. He enjoyed it immensely. Actually, when we were dating in high school, so my husband and I met in high school. I don't know how many of you guys knew that. I wonder if I have that picture. Hold on. So I've known my husband since my freshman year and his sophomore year. So we've been together for a very long time. There we go. That is us at homecoming back in 1990 something. Oh, we were just babies. Look at that. That's crazy. But when we were dating in high school, he actually was able, the church used to do 2-week missions for members, teenagers. So as a teenager, 15, 16 years old, he actually got to go and live with the missionaries and try out a mission for 2 weeks. And during that time, he actually broke his foot on their preparation day playing basketball. And you'll see here, do you see that right there? Where is it? Right there. He's wearing a boot, a surgical boot, because he broke that foot a total of 3 times when we were dating in high school. The first time was on that mission, and then as soon as he got out of the cast, he was supposed to take it easy for a little while. He did not. Went and played basketball again, broke it again, had surgery, had a 5-inch screw put into his foot. No, that was when he broke it the 3rd time. Had a 5-inch screw put into his foot. He was supposed to wear the surgical boot to prom. This was homecoming. He was supposed to wear the surgical boot to prom, but he did not. And I think his mom found out about that later. She was a little mad about him for that. But he went, served a mission in Bolivia, and then we got married when he came home. And back then, missionaries weren't able to call home except for on Christmas and Easter, and then Mother's Day, I think it was. But now they can call home every week. It's really warm in here right now. I'm pulling up my hair. I think I have a picture of us at prom, too, somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Yeah, I think it was rough for missionaries, which is why they changed it so that they can call home now weekly. Ooh, it's warm in here. So in Arizona, we have what's called peak electricity time, where they actually charge more for electricity usage during the high point of the day because it costs more to run the facilities or whatever. So during peak electricity time, it costs us probably 4 times as much to use electricity. So what we do in our household is we super chill our house in the morning with the air conditioner. We get it down to like 68 degrees. And then when peak electricity time hits, we turn off the air conditioners in our house. And it usually stays really insulated and it's fine and it's not too big of a deal. But add to that I am a woman of a certain age, and my goodness, it's a little warm up here right now. But also the best temperature for cooking a baked potato in the car, right? Because we are cooking a baked potato in the car right now. Giving it about another hour. Okay. Whew. It's quite warm. I'm probably going to have to close this and leave. My goodness. Okay, well, it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. 112 currently outside Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Fahrenheit to Celsius. I used to be able to do the math in my head. I cannot anymore. So it's 112, which is 45 degrees-ish Celsius. Yeah, I can't do it. In my head, I used to be able to. And my husband is a math whiz. He's an aerospace engineer, so he can do all that math in his head, but I cannot. I teach English, not math. There's a reason. All right, let's talk about, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. Oh, I didn't turn on my H. Oh, well. Yeah. So the other thing about it is being 112 degrees Fahrenheit is fine. For me, I'm used to it, right? I've lived here forever. But when I was in 90 something degrees and 90% humidity, that was awful. People who live in Florida, the Caribbean, any of those places where the humidity is just like you just stick to yourself, I take 112, 117 any day over 90 plus humidity. It's the biggest cliche, like, oh, at least it's a dry heat. It is a dry heat. And at least with a dry heat, I can cool off. As much as I love sailing in the Caribbean, the humidity kills me every time. You can have your rain and snow. I will keep, Courtney says I'll stick to my rain and snow. You can have it. I don't need it. I'm good. I lived in Utah for a very good period of my time. I can drive in the snow. I don't want to. Snow is really pretty to look at. It's really pretty to look at. I hate living in it. As my dad says, you don't have to shovel sunshine. So we'll take it. Also, rain here. We're coming up on monsoon season, which I'm really excited about. So the Utah mountains are beautiful. My husband went to school at Brigham Young University, and the campus there is just gorgeous. It's right there nestled into the mountains. Utah State University, if you look at pictures of that online and where it's located, I'd probably get kicked out of BYU if I admitted this, but Utah State University's campus is just, it feels unreal. It doesn't even feel real. It's so pretty there. BYU is a gorgeous campus. Absolutely gorgeous. Their library, the Harold B. Lee Library, is phenomenal. I love that place. I'm actually going to be in Salt Lake City in a week and a half. I'm going to go up and see my sisters, and I'll probably do some content from BYU just so you guys can all see it. But we're going to go to the bookstore and get some gummy bears. Not gummy bears, cinnamon bears. They make cinnamon bears there. And last time my daughter was there, she got some that were mango nata, which if you don't know what mango nata is, it's mango and green chili, or not green chili, a red chili and a lime sauce. Anyway, the first couple I had were like weird, but then I ate the whole bag. Mango nata cinnamon bears. They were phenomenal. I guess they weren't cinnamon bears. They're just mango nata bears. No cinnamon. It is weird to go live on YouTube like this. I really shouldn't say. So if you're on YouTube right now, hello. I feel weird being on live on YouTube. Why am I not seeing any of these messages? That's crazy. Oh, yeah, don't use Ruby Franks to yeah. Don't use her to judge any members of the church. She's a little crazy. I guess everybody has crazy people, but that's what it is. Okay, let's see. One person watching over on YouTube. Hello, friend. It does feel weird to only have one. Oh my gosh. It's fine. What is my goal after leaving teaching? Well, my goal after leaving teaching is to be able to create more content, educational content, supportive content, whatever. I would love for my content creation to replace my teaching income. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but, maybe. I will be doing more speaking engagements. So if you are in need of a keynote speech of a teacher, a former teacher from the classroom that provides information. So I have several keynote speeches that I can give. I'm out of it today. But don't use this as my ability to speak in front of people. I really do have an ability to speak in front of people. I used to do it all the time. Back when I was in corporate giving, I used to do a lot of speeching. Why is my website down? Oh, because that's not my website. teachingmrsh.com, not tamarahancock.com. Do you know that somebody bought my name? I used to have the website address tamarahancock.com long time ago. And I let it go because I was like, I'm not using this anymore. Somebody bought it, and now if I want it back, it's going to cost me $8,000. So anyway, teachingmrsh.com is now open. But some of the keynote topics that I talk about is teaching beyond the textbook, from burnout to breakthrough, real talk for real teens, leadership with heart, what educators wish you knew, when the lesson plan changes. I do some speaking on faith, faith failure, and finding your voice. And then I also have one that's called I Was Not Teacher of the Year. So there's a lot of different topics that I can speak on. I can also customize a talk based on what you need for your group. But yeah, so I'm going into speaking. I used to do a lot of speaking when I was corporate, and I just I haven't since then. I don't have management or anything like that. People just have to reach out to me directly. But yeah. So anyway, more speaking, more traveling and exploring the world, more finding out about things. Like I said, right now I'm cooking a baked potato in my car. Just more exploration and sharing the world. I think my biggest thing is I've always liked to be able to understand other people, other cultures, other everything. Well, hello. I've always wanted to be able to understand other people, other cultures. And I think the best way to do that is through experiencing through their lens, right? So for historical empathy, the best way that you can experience through that lens is by reading books and reading historical context and things around those books and trying to see what the life and culture was and so why the books were written the way they were. So that's really cool. But I also think that one of the best ways to understand a culture or a people is through their words or through the eyes of people who've experienced it. So I would like to be able to travel to different places and to experience those things. And then I would also like to be able to share that with people who maybe don't have the ability to travel. Thank you. I love the Disney headbands too. This is back from my teaching. Again, I had a Disney club. I was a high school Disney club sponsor. We had a Disney club on the high school campus, and all of my students, we would go to the parks as part of the club. I have graduation ears for every year that I taught seniors. And then one of my friends actually bought me these when I graduated with my master's degree. Ta-da! I'm going to hang these up on the wall. I just haven't decided where they're going yet. They are super fun. I enjoy it. Oh, cool. Have fun. The AP in the United States, there's different levels. I can talk to literature and lang. They usually do those in 11th or 12th grades, grade 11 or grade 12. Um, but AP courses can be, they're available across all grade levels. So it's not that you have to be in a specific grade to take a specific AP course. It depends on the school, the curriculum, and how they've sorted things. So depending on what the course is, it could matter. Well, I appreciate that. That is very kind. Let's see. Ooh, Dad, I don't know. My dad's asking me a question. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to respond to my dad. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate the sub, especially over on YouTube. I'm trying to really build up my presence over there. I'm live both on YouTube and TikTok right now. It's 4:45, well, 4:41. I am going to need to go here in just a little bit because I am going to go out and check on the potato. We're baking a potato in my car. What other things should I try to do? What other things would you like me to experience or explore? Because, yeah, we're going to go ride a mountain coaster. I don't know if I'm going to do that this week or if I'm going to wait until I get back from Salt Lake City. Millie, I appreciate the support. So here's the deal with following every back. And I would suggest this for you too. Unless the content is something that you really, really vibe with, I wouldn't necessarily do follow for follows. And the reason for that is your algorithm pushes stuff to you that you follow, right? And it pushes to your creator, your friends. So let's say that you follow me and I follow you back just because we're doing a follow for follow. What happens is my numbers get inflated and your numbers get inflated. But then let's say some content comes across that I do and you're not interested in it at all, right? Like maybe I'm doing a teaching pedagogy something or whatever. You're not interested in it at all. You see me and you're like, oh, whatever. And you just like it and then swipe. That actually hurts your algorithm, that hurts your numbers, because it's like, well, even your friends don't want to stay and watch your video. So why would I, as the algorithm, push your video out to other people, because even your friends aren't interested? So you want to be very, very careful with doing follow for follows. So what I will do is I will go check your content. And if it's something that, that mutually we would watch together, then I will absolutely follow you back. I don't do that. I don't say that because I'm trying to be like high and mighty or anything like that. I just know that follow for follows don't work over time. That's just the way that the algorithm works. So you see a lot of people who get really inflated with numbers really, really fast because they've done those follow for follow type things. But then again, all of those people, let's say somebody makes car content, but they've gotten into a group that they do follow for follows with like mommy bloggers. Well, the car content person isn't necessarily interested in the mommy blogger stuff. So they're not going to be interested in their content when it comes across their For You page. They swipe away and then it hurts the mommy blogger, right? It hurts their algorithm because because I said, if your friends aren't interested in what you're posting, then who else is going to be interested? The algorithm isn't going to push your videos out. I hope that makes sense. So I will go look at it. And if it's something that I find super interested, then I would totally follow you back. A mountain coaster sounds scary. Okay, so the mountain coaster is in Williams, Arizona, and it looks like so much fun to me. I love roller coasters though, but you sit in a single car and it has a handbrake and I think it's over a mile long. I don't know. but you can ride and it goes super fast and or slow depending on how you do with the brake. I just need to figure out, because I want to film this experience, right? So I need to figure out, like, if I have a GoPro or something. I don't have a GoPro yet, so I'm gonna have to do I'll have to do that. Yeah, but here's the thing, Courtney. If that's the kind of videos you're posting, you will find your people. I really don't believe in saying that you have to find a base content that's going to have a broad variety of people that will come to you. Because here's the deal. When you have content that a lot of people will look at, then you're right. Um, if you're trying to reach out to a broad base of people, you're going to kill yourself trying to make content. But if you're super passionate about what you're posting, you will find your people. The best explanation I have about this is there is a guy on YouTube that my husband absolutely adores. He like watches every single one of his videos. His name is Gotham Chess. And as the name implies, all he does is play chess. He plays chess in his video. He reviews chess games. It's just all chess. That is a very niche group, but he has like several million people that are subscribed to his channel because he has found his people. So if your videos are all Celtic Football Club, that's not unfortunate because you will find your people. There are enough people. There is a following for that. So as long as you're passionate about it and you can be passionate about it to share with other people, then do it. You'll find your people. If you're wanting to build a platform off of that, then do it. Nobody can tell you no. Exactly. And you will find your people. And that's all that matters. There's also a girl that just does puzzles. Literally, like competitive puzzling. Did you know that that's a thing? Competitive puzzling. She has a YouTube channel. Millions of subscribers. It's not unfortunate for anybody. If you are passionate about it and your passion shines through, other people will follow that. Courtney, I have known you for 3 years now. I am going to challenge you. Post a video. Post a video talking about one of your Celtic football teams and what you love about it and why you love it. You will find your people. I guarantee it. Yeah, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to like tell people. I'm not going to become one of those social media, like, let me help you build your account type of people, because that is not my niche, right? That's not what I do. But I will tell you the things that I have learned over the last 4 years in being a content creator. And one of the biggest ones is post your passion. Your people will find you, right? You're going to find your group. When I started posting back in 2020, during the pandemic, actually, I was looking for my people. I was a teacher. I was like on an island by myself. I was teaching from an empty classroom. I was looking for my people. So I just started posting to try to make connections with those people. And that's what happened. So doing follows for follows, I would say 100% of the time, do not do that. Do not do follow for follows. The whole engage from the bottom up thing, no, because all you're doing is confusing your algorithm. All you're doing is confusing their algorithm, right? The algorithm's going to start feeding you more content just like theirs, but you're not interested in puzzles or chess or whatever it is. So you're just going to start swiping and then it just messes everything up. So don't do that. Well, it's 2025. I think we met in 22, right? Or 21. It might have even been 4 years by now. That's crazy. But yeah, it is wild that it's been that long. Do you remember when I first started doing this and we went live and we were playing Throw Burrito and you were on you were on the live with us when my family was chasing each other around with fake burritos? That was a fun day. Yeah, see, Katie, and every account that comes on here, every video that I see where they're like, engage from the bottom up, watch 5 seconds of my video, and I'll go and watch 5 seconds of yours. If you engage with 3 of mine, I'll engage with 3 of yours. That is literally just messing up your account. First of all, hi, Devin. Secondly, no, I don't have any Disney trips planned right now. I don't even have a cruise booked right now, which is so weird for me. Leaving my teaching job has really kind of put a damper on a little bit of my travel for the moment. Trying to build my social media accounts and try to make a difference here. And once I do that, then we can start looking at more travel. I really wanted to go to the Disney 70th. I really, really, really wanted to go, but I have to be responsible with my money like a good adult. I don't like being a good adult. Adulting is not fun. Adulting kind of sucks. But I need to be responsible right now. So no Disney trips right now. I wish so. I wish I could be a little less responsible. Yeah. I actually had some friends that they're going to the Oogie Boogie Bash and they invited me to come along. Obviously, I would have to pay my own way. And I was like, oh, as much as I would love to go. I am more than 20 minutes away. I'm 6.5 hours away. If I lived in Southern California, all bets off. Well, hello, Charlotte. Nice to meet you. Yeah, if I lived in Southern California, all bets would be off. I would be at Disneyland probably daily. I would be like Megan the Magical Millennial. I would be there shopping and doing all the things. I might actually work up the nerve to ride the Tower of Terror. Or what is that? Breakout something? Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I don't do drop towers. I don't do drop towers. Yeah, Megan is goals. She really is. She's phenomenal. I love her. My two favorite Disney creators are Megan and the Dapper Danielle, which they do a podcast together. I don't know if you knew that. If you don't know that, go find it. But Megan the Magical Millennial and the Dapper Danielle. And then I also like Kelsey Conkling, where she does the Stacey and Braxton skits. She's freaking hilarious. Because she takes what everybody has experienced in customer service, but just like puts a Disney spin on it. I really need her to do a skit with Braxton where he goes to Disney by himself and finds out how amazing Disney can be without his mom there. Okay, I have a video of me. Your 5-year-old convinced you to do the teacups. Here's the deal. I have a video of me and my daughters on the teacups, and when we walked off of that, I was so sick. It was not good. I was so mad at my daughters. I was like, never again. Yeah, the burrito game. You were on there for a while. Oh, Charlotte. I wish I could get you to Disney. Um, I think it's something everybody has to experience at least once. My husband, not a Disney person. He's not a Disneyland person. He's not a California Adventure person. He's not a Disney World person. He did go with me because he loves me. But we, he's not big on Disney, and that's okay. If you're not a big Disneyland person, like he's not a big theme park person in general. He just doesn't like big crowds of people. But he will go with me because he loves me and he enjoys it because I enjoy it, right? But I think that everybody should experience Disney at least once. If I were you and you're going to go for the first time, try to go on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Those are generally the times of the week that the park, it's still going to be busy, like throngs of people all the time. But Tuesday and Wednesday tend to be the best. Yeah, Devin, my daughters spun that wheel as hard as they could, and I was so sick. It was awful. Please tell me you bought Throw Throw Avocado and Throw Throw Burrito, Courtney, and that you play them with your friends, because you should. Yeah, something about being on the teacups and allowing your kids to like control it, they become otherworldly. They really do. When my husband and I went to Disney World in Florida, he controlled the death wheel, and no. I hate that thing. I think we did teacups at Disney World, and then we went on the Carousel of Progress so that my stomach could settle down. Let's see, I do need to get to Disney during the 70th. I think that's a goal, like before the end of the year, hopefully. Yeah, Small World After. I mean, it's right across the way, right? Small World After is a good idea. So my husband would probably handle all the Disney rides. He doesn't really like roller coasters. It's not his thing. So Universal would not be his thing. We did get him on one time. We went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and we did get him on the Twisted Colossus. One of our friends convinced him it was just a little choo-choo train. It is not, in case you're wondering. So I still don't think he's forgiven our friend for that, for convincing him of that. Twisted Colossus goes upside down, is upside down most of the ride. Six Flags Magic Mountain, we used to have, our family used to get season passes. The season passes to Six Flags are not expensive at all. And so we used to get season passes, but we don't do that anymore. Well, first of all, I love that you are in orchestra. I'm a concert violinist. I've played since I was 4. So that's awesome. But yeah, you don't have to like roller coasters. Nobody has to like them. One of my daughters actually passes out. If you've seen that video where it's like, it's attached to the Windows sound, the opening and closing, where the guy is like, he keeps passing out and it's the Windows shutdown sound. That's my daughter. She does that. I mean, she's not in that video, but that's what she does. She didn't know, like she'd ridden the Viper at Six Flags Magic Mountain like several times, had no idea that it had 3 loops. She had no idea. Because she passed out. I still do play the violin. I did not see that. I did not see the ride snapping in Saudi, but I mean, I try not to pay attention to plane crashes, roller coaster crashes, anything like that for things that I enjoy, because then it makes me scared and I don't want to do them. So I just feign ignorance and don't watch the news when it comes to those things. Shoot. Yeah, I'm a concert violinist. I've played since I was 4. I play in 3 orchestras around the holiday season. This year it'll only be 2 because one of them is moving to just doing Easters. It feels extremely weird not to be in the classroom right now. I think I will be going back to the classroom at the end of August and at the community college, right? So I will be at least teaching something. But right now it feels very, very weird that all of my friends are back in the swing of things. They're teaching, and I'm here. Hello, who are you? Which one of my students are you? Your screen name is not helping. Kevin? Kevin. Okay, so you remember how I'm really, really bad with names, and I told you that unless I'm like in the classroom. Your profile picture is a cat. How am I supposed to know who you are? Come on, help me out here. Kevin, 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 Kevin. Give me a class, graduating class. I am so bad with names and faces. You know that. Hey, how are you doing? Where are you now? Yep, I remember you now. now? What are you doing now? Also, are you still friends with Luna? Please say yes. Um, thank you. Thank you. Are you back in school yet? Are you back in school? With the Dr. Pepper enthusiasm. What are you starting a business for doing? Okay, this is a former student. I'm sorry. Well, not my student, but like one of my adopted ones that lived in my classroom. Okay, nice. Today was the first day with kids, and you survived. Yeah? Heaven bless you. I am so glad that you made it through. Oh, you were my student. Kevin, I'm sorry. Here's the deal. I remember you being in there at lunch. I remember you at lunch. Wait, were you in the class just before or just after lunch? I feel like. Yeah, no, I remember you now. I'm sorry. I remember that. Well, I remembered you, but I remember that you were in the class now. Bro, it's, yeah, just after. Nobody died. It was a good day. Listen. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think that I had more enlightening conversation with you during lunchtime than we did during class. But that's okay. Fifth hour was always hard. Fifth hour was a hard class period. Especially in 24, because we had Jacob on the one side, right? And then we had Ashley and everybody else on the floor. I had my Velcro students. Class of 24, my daughter and her best friend also had lunch in my room, so I had several people. So Kevin and Luna were usually on the one side, and then my daughter and all her friends were on the other side. Detailing and flipping cars. Nice. Very cool. But yeah, no, now I'm thinking about it. Now I remember that was one of my favorite fifth hour classes, though, because you had like Sarah, and then you had Celine and Jacob, and then over on the other side we had like Ashley, and we had Alex, and we had just like everybody over in that corner now. That was the classroom where nobody ever sat in desks. Everybody was on the floor. That was my favorite fifth hour ever, actually. Luna was over by the door. Yep, greatest of all time. Your class by far. Also, I know it wasn't your class that stole crap from me, so. Do you remember that? Do you see the french fries down there? Never did get that french fry back. So, class of 2024, somebody, I don't know who, somebody in one of my classes stole one french fry plushie from my french fries, and then they stole 3 of the bobas, because there used to be 6. So I staged a crime scene in my classroom. Never did get them back, though. Never did get them back. Yeah, I don't teach anymore. I left this year. So last year was my last year. I don't know who's in my classroom. I'm kind of sad about it, actually. Also, I don't know who took my parking space, my unofficial, official, unassigned parking place. I had a good one. I had a really good parking space. Students are the best part of the job. One of my friends told me that if you stay for the kids, you'll never leave. Um, and that was kind of the determining factor on when I was leaving, because it was so hard for me to leave. I literally was crying a lot because I did not want to leave my students. But the reality is I had to put my health first. And so that's where we were at. Yep, I did. I left. I am no longer in the classroom. Crazy, huh? I will be teaching at the local community college, the same one that I taught through Paulison. I will be teaching at the local community college starting at the end of the year, or the end of August. No, all of my kids graduated, so none of my kids are at the school either. One of the teachers told me that one of the construction people, the campus is under construction again, um, and said that one of the thousands of construction people that are on campus took my spot. Filing my nails. But yeah, no longer. It's good. It's a good thing that I left when I did, just because I needed to. I do have 3 cats. Question is, do I have pets? I do. I have 3 cats. 3 boys. Their names are Ditka, Sly, and Tesla. That's a good way to save. Saving's good. Best way to save money, don't spend it. Oh my gosh, George. Do I remember you? Yes, I do. You would come late to third hour every day, and on Wednesdays you wouldn't make it at all because of Westmac. I remember. But yeah, the best way is just don't spend your money. Blossom and chai. That's cool. George, if I recall, you also. No, that wasn't you. I was going to say, you had a burrito guy, but that wasn't you. That was somebody else. Trying to file my nails. All right, we're going to have to go check on the potato here pretty soon. I'm going to have to go. But watch for the potato video. I can't believe that. Send me pictures on Instagram. I need to see. I need to see the baby, the squishy baby. I recall, I think I told you to make sure that you always shared pictures with me, and I haven't gotten a single one. So I kind of feel a little slighted in that way. Just kidding, I don't. But I can't believe he's old. That old. That's crazy. Doesn't feel like that long ago. Okay. I have to go check on the potato, y'all. So I'm gonna go check on the potatoes. For those of you who are just coming, I'm baking a potato in my car because it is 112 degrees outside right now, and I wanted to see if I could. So I'm gonna go get the potatoes out of the car, and we're gonna check it and watch for that video. And for all of my students that stopped in, thank you. I'm gonna cry. I miss the classroom so much, and I miss my students. And the fact that you guys came back and said hello and made an effort to just say hello means the world to me. So, hi. I hope you guys are doing well. And for old time's sakes, before I sign off, be good, be safe, have fun, don't talk to strangers.